Hi, this is part 7 of Auth0 tutorial. In this video, we are going to talk about how to configure callback URL. Now let's go to the Auth0 dashboard. Pick one of the applications. You can see we configure the callback URL here. What is a callback URL? After you go to your application, you log in with Auth0, you will be redirected back to your application. What the URL you want to be redirected to is the callback URL. So in our application, we set the same callback URL as our landing page, which is the localhost. What will happen if we remove the callback URL? Now let's try to log in again. You could see there's an error page. If you click the details for the arrow, you could see the callback URL is not configured. So we need to configure whatever the URL display here in your application. Now we click login. We can go to this Auth0 page. Allow logout URL is similar. It's the URL we allow to log out. If we log in from our application, you can see I've already logged in with my application. Now I delete the logo URL, save it. Now I click logout. You can see there's an error message as well. And look into the details, it says this URL is not configured as a logout URL. We recover the logout URL back to our application. You see we log in again. Now I click log out. I can successfully log out. Currently, the callback URL is the same with the home page. If you want to redirect to another URL, not the home page, you need to configure in your application. Also, you need to add that callback URL in the dashboard. For example, if you want to go to another URL named callback, you need to add this here, because only URLs listed in this dashboard can be allowed to redirect to after you authenticate with Auth0. And also, if your application is deployed to cloud, for example, if your domain is this, you also need to input your cloud URL here. This URL can be any URL. For example, your callback URL is, I don't know, product list. You can write your callback URL as product list and save it. It will work. In this video, we have discussed how to configure callback URL and logout URL. In the next video, we will discuss how to check JWT token. Thank you for watching.